Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 upcoming video game, movie, and TV show adaptations.
What's next?
For this list, we'll be looking at the most anticipated screen adaptations of video games coming up in the near future. Let us know which adaptation you're most excited for in the comments. Number 10. God of War.
Training is all we ever do, ever. It's not enough. We can't hide forever.
In December 2022, Amazon announced that they had greenlit a TV series based on this best-selling video game franchise. Steeped in ancient mythology, the acclaimed God of War series follows the epic saga of Kratos, a fictional Spartan who becomes a fearsome and vengeful demigod. The TV adaptation is set to take its inspiration from the later games in the series, like God of War Ragnarok, leaning more toward Norse mythology. Although it's still early days, fans can take heart that the series is in good hands. The series is being conceived and written by the creators of Amazon's two other hit fantasy series, The Expanse and The Wheel of Time. Number 9. Horizon 2074.
If I'm successful, I'll blow a hole in those walls big enough for the entire war party to charge through.
Sounds like a plan.
Netflix has been announcing video game adaptations left and right lately. One announcement that's got gamers salivating is Horizon 2074. Since its 2017 release, Horizon Zero Dawn has dazzled players and critics alike with its open world and thrilling visuals. This action RPG tells the story of a post-apocalyptic world menaced by robots and has since been followed by an acclaimed sequel, Horizon Forbidden West, and a spin-off, Horizon Call of the Mountain. The upcoming Netflix series will take place both within the timeline of the games and in the past, possibly detailing the fall of civilization leading up to the events of the series. Number 8. Ghost of Tsushima. Historical fiction fans and gamers alike should keep an eye out for this action-adventure epic set amid the turmoil of 13th century feudal Japan. Ghost of Tsushima follows a samurai named Jin Sakai, whose code as a warrior is tested by an invading Mongol army. Although a feature film adaptation was announced in 2021, we may have to wait a little longer than expected to see this adventure tale on the big screen. The project's director, Chad Stahelski, is busy with his John Wick series, but he is hopeful his Ghost of Tsushima adaptation will go ahead. Stahelski says a project of this magnitude takes time to get right. Until then, fans will just have to be patient.
I'm not their samurai.
Number 7. Assassin's Creed.
Captain Kenway, you have remarkable skills.
Thanks, mate. It comes natural.
But you're churlish and arrogant, prancing around in a uniform that you have not earned.
Everything is permitted. Isn't that your motto?
This hybrid sci-fi historical fantasy franchise of political intrigue and hired assassins has enough mainline games and spin-offs to power an entire fleet of TV shows. While still in early development at Netflix, the upcoming TV version may be just what fans need to forget the failed 2016 feature film starring Michael Fassbender. That movie turned out to be one of the year's biggest box office bombs. Although the initial announcement reported Vikings Valhalla showrunner Jeb Stewart would be involved, he left the project in January 2023. It's early days though, and the project still seems like a go at Netflix. Number 6. Tomb Raider.
Find adventure, but instead...
Gaming's favorite grave-robbing adventurer is coming back to screens. Multiple screens, in fact. A Haley Atwell-voiced Netflix anime adaptation has been in the works since at least 2021. However, in early 2023, it was announced that Fleabag creator Phoebe Waller-Bridge is reportedly developing a live-action series for Amazon with a possible shared universe film and video game tie-in to follow. If both planned projects go forward, it's needless to say that fans can probably expect two very different takes on the Lara Croft character. Number 5. Borderlands. Considering how much the original games deliver on the comedy, the hilarious ensemble of the Borderlands movie is not such a surprise. But what is a surprise is just how stacked the cast is, with heavy hitters like Cate Blanchett, Jamie Lee Curtis, Kevin Hart, and Jack Black starring as beloved franchise characters. Directed by horror maestro Eli Roth and co-written by The Last of Us screenwriter Craig Mazin, shooting on the Borderlands film completed in 2021. However, after testing screens in November 2022, it was announced that Deadpool director Tim Miller would oversee 2 weeks of reshoots. Whether this is cause for concern or just the norm, on paper, Borderlands seems like the potential to defy expectations for video game adaptations. Number 4. Fallout.
Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
This long-running post-apocalyptic RPG series tells the story of an alternate reality ravaged by nuclear war. Written and developed by Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan, the duo behind HBO's Westworld adaptation, Amazon's Fallout TV series is set to release in late 2023 or 2024. Although little is known about the plot, the casting and few on-set images we've gotten seem promising. After the recent success of The Last of Us, fans seem more hopeful than ever that a TV series may be the way to capture all the complexities and thrills of a beloved gaming title.
A lot of people around here look up to Trudy. If you could convince Trudy to join us, some of the folks in town might decide to help out as well.
Number 3. Gran Turismo.
Is a Sony PlayStation partnership? It doesn't get any better than this.
First-person shooters and RPGs may feel like natural choices for screen adaptations because they're naturally cinematic. They have storylines and character arcs. For that reason, genres like racing games are underrepresented among previous video game adaptations. But Gran Turismo, due for release in August 2023, is taking a more meta approach. The film will tell the story of real-life player Jan Martinborough, a British Gran Turismo player who went on to become an actual race car driver. Stars like David Harbour and Orlando Bloom, and the artistic talents of District 9 director Neil Blomkamp, Gran Turismo could be the movie that makes racing games bankable on the big screen. Number 2. Twisted Metal. The most surprising thing about this upcoming TV series is that it didn't happen sooner. First released in 1995, the legendary Twisted Metal franchise was originally scheduled for a 2012 feature film release, but the project was axed for budgetary reasons. Now, a decade later, Peacock is set to air a TV adaptation of the Demolition Derby-style game this year. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier star Anthony Mackie will take the reins as series protagonist John Doe as he gets into violent car fights all across a post-apocalyptic landscape. It sounds pretty epic, even if it does remind us of the Mad Max movies. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. Netflix has ordered an animated series based on the espionage-themed franchise. BioShock. Netflix is developing a cinematic universe based on this philosophical first-person shooter. Devil May Cry. Yet another animated Netflix adaptation, this time from Castlevania producer Adi Shankar. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Super Mario Bros. Movie.
If I could just...
Here you go.
Excuse me. Excuse me, everybody! Coming through!
The internet remains divided over this movie, and it hasn't even come out yet. On the one hand, it has some seriously impressive voice talent behind it. On the other hand, fans are skeptical as to whether or not Chris Pratt can pull off the voice of the beloved Nintendo icon. At least the makers behind this one made the smart choice to keep it animated, unlike some other movie adaptations we could name. There's reason to think it could be a great success or a bomb, but we'll have to wait until April to see which column this movie falls into. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.